Howdy, y'all. So, who's this guy? If you manage to answer Leif Erikson, the Viking who was the first person from Europe to cross the Atlantic Ocean and make it to the Americas, then congratulations. I salute both your extensive knowledge of historical figures and also the fact that you are probably paying enough attention to notice that his name is written in the picture. But wait, I can hear you say. How was I supposed to know he's a Viking? His helmet has no horns. Well, let me bring your dreams crashing down all around you as I tell you that not one single real life Viking ever is known to have worn a helmet with horns. The helmet with horns thing was made up by someone who was putting on a musical play called Der Ring des Nibelungen and thought that the Viking characters would look cooler if their helmets had horns. Who knew, right? Aside from that, though, you may also have been saying, wait, wasn't Christopher Columbus the first European to make it to the Americas? Well, no, he pretty definitely wasn't. The Viking dude definitely beat him by several hundred years, but when it comes down to it, the Leif Erikson guy really isn't all that important. Even if he was first, which he was, his trip really didn't change history. The Vikings didn't share their knowledge of the lands across the sea with anyone else, and they didn't use that knowledge too much themselves. Columbus's voyage, on the other hand, completely altered the course of history. Before I start on that, though, I'm going to do my best to fix some possible mistakes in your past learning. When I was your age, I was taught that Columbus wanted to sail around the world to get to India, but most people wouldn't give him ships or money because they thought the earth was flat. That's wrong. Not just wrong in the sense that, seriously, guys, the earth is definitely not flat, but wrong in the sense that not one single educated person in Europe during Columbus's time believed that the earth was flat. They all knew the earth was round. As a matter of fact, this guy, Eratosthenes, correctly measured the size of the earth using nothing but sunlight, shadows, and sticks more than 1,000 years before Columbus was even born. Sadly, there are more literate people in the world today who somehow believe that the earth is flat than there were in Columbus's time. How is that possible? I'm not joking. I actually went to middle school with the son of the man who recorded the world's first music video recorded in outer space while looking down on our definitely spheroid shaped planet from the International Space Station. And yet, somehow, there are still conspiracy theorists right here on YouTube who will try to tell you the world is flat. Sorry, that's a bit of a pet peeve of mine. Back to Columbus. So, if everyone he was asking for money knew the earth was round, well, why wouldn't they give him ships? See, here's the thing. Columbus was kind of a lucky idiot. Remember how I said someone had already calculated the earth's size? Actually, more than one Greek mathematician had done that, getting basically the right answers, too. Columbus had read their work, but he sort of mistranslated the units they used in their calculations. So let's say the Earth was really this big. According to Columbus's calculations, it was only this big. Just about everyone Columbus asked for money told him that he and his crew would starve to death before making it to Asia because ships just couldn't carry enough food to make it that far. But he insisted, no, the world is small, we'll make it. When he finally got his ships, he didn't starve to death because he ran into a new set of lands that people in Europe hadn't realized was there, And the land was right about where his calculations told him that Asia should be. So, yeah, lucky idiot. Today, we're going to talk about one of the most important consequences of his journey, and we'll start by looking at this. Look at all that food and try to decide what country you think it came from. You guessed Italy, right? Maybe that's true today, but without Columbus, it wouldn't be. You see, before Columbus, no one in Italy had ever seen, tasted, or even heard of a tomato, or the chocolate for that ice cream either. Tomatoes and chocolate only naturally occur in the Americas, the same way kangaroos only naturally occur in Australia. Now look at this picture. Native Americans on horseback hunting buffalo, right? That never would have happened without Columbus either. Before him, there was not a single horse in the Americas. Before Columbus, our world was almost completely divided into two parts: Africa, Europe, and Asia. Those together are sometimes called the Old World, and the Americas, which can be called the New World. Yes, I know I just left out Australia, Antarctica, and several other places, but just roll with me here for a bit. Before Columbus, all sorts of plants, animals, and diseases were confined to either one of these worlds or the other. People being people, though, when we find a plant or animal useful, we tend to try to take them and grow them in other places too. And diseases will often come along whether we want them to or not. This exchange is called the Columbian Exchange, and it has reshaped the biosphere of the world we live in more than almost any other event in human history. Before Columbus, people in Africa, Europe, and Asia had never seen corn. Before Columbus, people in the Americas had never seen a pig. Today, I'm going to have you do a first look at some of the plants, animals, and diseases that were traded back and forth. I will give you a set of notes later on listing everything, but for now, I'd just like you to, using your own knowledge, guesses, and common sense, I'd like you to try and sort the plants, animals, and diseases I give you into which part of the world that you think that they came from. Don't worry, I'm not expecting you to get these all correct. Just do your best. Stay tuned for a second, and I'll show you what I'd like you to do. Okay, so if you follow the link that I gave you in Google Classroom, it's going to take you here. All you got to do is click Start. Now, if you're going to go for the high score, the idea is to try to do this as quickly as possible, but honestly, I'm not too concerned right now. You're going to have to go through all these, and you might as well try to do it fast, but there's no real need to rush. There are four possible categories: plants that come from the New World, meaning from the Americas; plants that come from the Old World, meaning Africa, Europe, or Asia; then animals and diseases that come from the New World, and animals and diseases that come from the Old World. Hopefully, you're going to know right away whether something is a plant or an animal or disease, but it can be tricky to know which things come from the Old World and which ones come from the New. So I will click Start and show you how this works. Okay, so the chili pepper. Now, obviously, that is a plant. Hopefully, you knew that. So all you have to do is click and hold down and drag it, and you get to drag it to which place you think it belongs. I'm going to guess that the chili pepper originally came from the New World, the Americas. So I'll drag it over here, let go, and boom, I got it right. I'm now on number 2. Typhus. This is a disease. Now, I'm going to guess, incorrectly, that it comes from the New World. But that's rejected because that's not the correct place to sort it to. Typhus is a disease that comes from the Old World. So, having tried and failed to put it here, I'm going to put it over here, and it will happily go in. So, You will get every single one of these right. It may take you a couple of tries, but you'll get them all. Cranberries are from the New World, beets are from the Old World, and so on and so forth. Once you're done, it's going to take you to a congratulations screen. You all have a chance to put your name in for the high score based on, how quickly you managed to do it. Feel free to type your name in. Please only type school appropriate stuff. And then you are going to take a screenshot of your final score and you are going to submit that so that I can see that you completed this. Now, in order to submit that, you are going to need the secret word. Since the vast majority of these things are things people use for food, I decided that would be our secret word. Our secret word is food. FOOD, all lowercase. That's it, y'all. I will be back tomorrow somehow with more stuff on the Columbian Exchange. But until then, please stay safe and stay healthy.